But I think one of the things that they addressed that was really right up front and center in the keynote, the opening keynote, was just the general state of the industry today in terms of, there's a lot of people really concerned about AI and a lot of people that feel like it's, this is the best thing ever. This is making it so much more productive for this or that. And other people that feel like this is the end of my profession. What the hell am I going to do? And so there's a lot of anxiety and mixed emotions. And from that perspective, I would say they had a few talks that really touched on sort of, those emotions and your feelings and how is it, different ways you could sort of approach it and thoughts on the topic. And what do you think about that?
The presenters was Adam Tao, and his title, his talk was called "Playing the Long Game," and I think that was very relevant, and it put me a bit at ease, knowing that from his experience, and he talked a lot about the Newton platform, Apple's Newton device, that some listeners may or may not be familiar with, depending on how old you are. I remember the Newton when it was out. I never had one, but I remember when it came out. And he talked about how he was all in on the Newton. And then after Apple killed the Newton, it
The
was like he
protests, you're
had
talking about Newton protests or something,
the
right?
the protest he
I've never
attended,
heard
or
of
he
that, but that's
organized.
interesting.
I think he said he organized a protest. He certainly participated in it, and that he was so passionate about this platform, and then it was just taken away. But as developers, and one of the reasons that I love software development is the fact that it's constantly changing. There's constantly things to learn, and that change is both great and can be stress-inducing. And I think the change of AI is, as they discussed in the conference, is somewhat stress-inducing because it's not just a change of a platform or a paradigm. It's a change of the job, an employment possibility.
Right.
I've recently put myself out there for freelancing, and I feel like I maybe couldn't have picked the worst possible time to become a freelancer, because there probably is very little to any freelancing available because of people losing their jobs due to AI. But also his talk talked about uh, don't let the current platform define you. Keep your eyes open for what is coming next, what opportunities are coming next, because there is always something coming next.
Right.
And I took that to heart. Thinking about the WWDC coming up this year, I'm really going to have my eyes open for what are the new platforms, what is the new direction that things are moving in software development, and try to embrace that change rather than be afraid of that change or resist that change. As much as I don't lean too heavily on AI, I want to maintain my foundational skills as a developer, but I also want to embrace the change that's coming.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly. And I think Adam's talk was very good that way. He had a lot of really good points of it. Basically, what does he say? 30 plus years as an indie Apple developer. It's a long time. And he definitely switched, pivoted, people would say, several times, pretty significantly.